Auburn fans are fed up with Hugh Freeze and his golf hobby. Now, Auburn in recruiting right now is ranked dead last in the SEC in terms of recruiting in the class of 2026, with only 9 recruits signed, 4 of them being 3-star commits and 2 of them being 4-star, no 5-stars at the moment. But Coach Fred, Hugh Freeze logged 11 rounds of golf in the first 3 weeks of June, which is stunningly high for an SEC coach who you would expect to be recruiting and have some sort of, responsibility in the offseason here. I mean, you got investigative journalists looking into this, looking into Coach Freeze's golf habits. He was reportedly golfing a lot of days in the month of June, Coach Fred. Auburn fans are not happy. Coach Fred, what is your reaction to hearing Auburn fans upset with Coach Freeze about his golf habits? I will mention Lane Kiffin on Twitter poked fun at Coach Freeze. This is an unbelievable situation, Coach Fred. What are your thoughts on Hugh Freeze and Auburn, and then Auburn fans not being happy with his golf hobby or habit?
This is going to be breaking news on Bailey Price Media right here. Turn it up. Breaking news. Recruiting is no longer the same. He doesn't have to spend the same amount of time on the recruiting trail.
True.
If he's got the money that the fans that are being upset or being pissed with him, if they fork the money up, they'll be in every race at the end of it when it comes time to actually sign these kids and get these kids in an Auburn uniform. Mm-hmm. So, again, we go back to this thing. It comes full circle every time, every conversation, Bailey. If you think about it, it's not the same. So it's not like he needs to be out at camps. It's not like he needs to be on home visits, because everybody that's committed right now, in 2 months, Bailey, there's a chance that they may not be committed to the same place anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think I can't speak for Coach Freeze, but I think that's got to be down the lines of what he's thinking, that his collective is just gearing up, ready to step in and grab some of those guys. Now, the thing that they probably should be most upset about is, and it's no knock on the kid, but if Auburn is making a living signing 3-stars, that's the problem that they probably should be looking into.
Now, yeah, Coach.
You know what I mean?
That's my point here. Like,
not his golf game. It's the 3-stars, a lot of people have those star-studded things lined up right now, but we all know by the time it comes, man, it can change, because you're going to have people transfer out. There's going to be people that transfer from places that you want to get, that you're going to have to free up space to get them into your program. So it's a different game. Now, I would advise Coach Freeze to, maybe change up his tee times a little bit. Not be out there at prime time that everybody can actually see, especially if it's not a golf tournament.
Hold on, Coach. I got to give you more information on Coach Freeze and his golf, because so the reason why this is getting so much pushback is because Coach Freeze is publicly logging his golf rounds, so to speak. Right now, USGA GHIN handicap rating of 7.4, meaning he's shooting in the low 80s and high 70s on a regular basis. And I guess Hugh Freeze is much better than the average golfer. In order to maintain a handicap in this system, GHIN, the rounds are logged publicly. And so that's why all Auburn fans know how much golf Hugh Freeze has been playing. And apparently he played a total of 11 rounds in just those first 3 weeks of June alone. So,
but even though, Bailey, I get it. He's the face of the program. But at this point in time, there's not a lot of time he can spend around the team right now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just strength and conditioning program. It's the assistant coaches who get a little bit of time, but it's mainly the strength and conditioning programs. And then, you lean on your captains. But, you can look at it one of two ways, man. Coach is gearing down for a tight camp, or Coach is preparing for his next job after this one to get on tour. So it's one of two ways, however you want to look at it.
This is just ammunition to me, Coach Fred. It gives Lane Kiffin ammunition to go at. I mean, it just how Lane is. Lane loves clowning people on Twitter. Coach Fred, I don't know if you know, AJ McCarron and Trent Richardson have started a new podcast. I think it's called Dynasty Bama. And AJ McCarron ripped Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze had some comments on the House settlement and recruiting, etc. And AJ McCarron, who was a national championship quarterback at Alabama, ripped Hugh Freeze, saying Hugh Freeze is full of shit. I think Hugh Freeze is trying to do whatever he can to save face. He's starting to feel the pressure at Auburn. Going into his third year, not having the success that the alumni, the boosters, everybody donating a lot of money thought he would have by this point. I think he's trying to figure out and scramble on why they are not successful. The state of Alabama is ran by Alabama fans, Alabama alumni, whether you like it or not. Coach Fred, your thoughts on that too?
That's that rivalry talk right there, man. That thing runs deep, and you can see that how deep that thing actually runs right there with AJ's comments, man. So that's that's kind of crazy. That's crazy, but it's gonna mount up, no doubt. All this stuff, if they get off to a 1-3 start, all this stuff will be coming up and be right back at him, in his face. So, Baylor,
boy. Coach Fred, let's talk about it. They open up Baylor and Coach Aranda down there. I had the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris, on the show. We talked about Baylor. They're going to be formidable, Coach Fred. They got their quarterback, Sawyer.
They'll be a lot better. Yeah,
they're going to be formidable. I mean, that's not no pushover game. Now, Smitty's Ball State. I think
Smitty's. They better win that one.
They better be. Major Applewhite in South Alabama. I expect them to win that too. But Baylor's going to be no joke. I mean, we can go and break down the schedule here. At Oklahoma, oh, man, that's going to be a tough. So Jackson Arnold goes back to Oklahoma. Jackson Arnold, Oklahoma transfer, is Auburn starting quarterback. He goes back to Oklahoma.
They both need that game.
I don't know.
They both need that game.
So let's play hypothetical here. I'll give them the Baylor game, although I think it's going to be tough. Let's say they're 3-0 going to Norman on September 20th. I think Oklahoma beats them. I think Oklahoma, having John Mateer, his OC Ben Arbuckle, got Jaden Ott, top running back in the portal, or one of them. I mean, I think Jaden Ott's a hell of a player. I think Oklahoma's formidable, and I think last season was tough because they were so damn up and down, Coach Fred. They look they looked horrible at times last season, and then they go and beat the hell out of Bama. So it's tough last season, but I think this season Coach Venables is under a lot of pressure to win. I really like John Mateer coming over. I really like him having his OC, and I like his OC as well. So I think Oklahoma wins. Coach, agree or disagree?
Yeah, and both of those teams need that game, and I think it favors Oklahoma because they're at home, and I think that's one that they'll definitely get. I think Oklahoma gets that one.
I agree. So Auburn drops their first game, going to 3-1. So they'll be 3-1 going to A&M, Coach. So that's a good start. Now this back half of the schedule's gauntlet. But let's just rapid fire. At A&M, loss, in my opinion. I think Texas A&M going to be tough as shit.
Yeah, I agree.
A loss. They got to bye, then go. They got Georgia.
If Georgia's anything like Georgia's been, that's a loss.
I agree. So that's 3-0 to 3-3.
They're even now.
They got Mizzou, and I think their quarterback is Bo Pribula, the Penn State transfer. So I would give it to Auburn probably.
But that's another team that's been up and down. They look really horrible, and then they have that one game where you're like, holy shit, okay, Missouri might be able to do something. So, but it favors Auburn because it's at home.
I gotta see it to believe it with Mizzou and their quarterback. I'll give that one to Auburn. I'm gonna say 4-3.
4-3.
Now. Arkansas is a team that I think is going completely under the radar, and I haven't said anything. I think I might have mentioned Taylor Green because I think he's a great player, and he played with several of my former teammates. Arkansas is going to be formidable in the SEC. Coach Pittman, they got a lot of pressure to win now, and so I think Arkansas is going to be formidable. I'm going to say 4-4.
Yes. Again, you got to go with the home team, and Arkansas is becoming sneakily very, very tough. And they play hard. They do play hard for Coach. So I'm with you on that one.
So I'll say 4-4. Let's go 4-4 going into Kentucky.
I think they get that.
I think they get that too. I mean, I gotta. Kentucky's questionable. Coach Stoops. We'll see. Vandy's to me is a loss. To me, I think Vandy will beat the hell out of them, and this is why. Diego Pavia owns Hugh Freeze. He's 3-0 against Hugh Freeze, going back to his New Mexico State days, going back to Hugh Freeze's days at Liberty. Diego Pavia owns Hugh Freeze. Vanderbilt will win. That's my take.
Ooh.
Agree or disagree, Coach?
I disagree, but I mean, you make a valid point there. But I disagree. Late in the season. Now, if this is early in the season, I think Vanderbilt, still believes. But by this point, I think they are kind of settling back in like they did last year. So I got to give Coach Freeze the win on this one.
Man, I don't know, Coach. You and I agree to disagree, but Coach Fred, let's talk about this massive game on November 22nd against Mercer. Gonna be a tough one for Auburn, isn't it, Coach?
You better win this one.
Yeah, I'll give him that. That'll put him at 6 for me. I think that'll put him at 6 for me and 7 for you, right? I believe.
Yeah, we're bowl eligible, baby.
Bama at the end of the year. That's
a must-win for both.
Yeah, but I think it's a loss probably, but it's also like, I don't know. I could see Auburn tripping up Bama just because it's a rivalry and just because is DeBoer's second. I don't know. Could be.
DeBoer he can't drop this one. Now they're one that's going to be. They're one that I'm going to want to see at the beginning of the year because they're just as much pressure on Hugh as it is on him over there at Alabama.
Yeah.
So if Alabama gets off to a shaky start, man, does he even make it to this game?
Oof, yeah, that's the question now.
So another show, we're gonna have to pull up Alabama, and we're gonna have to go through that schedule on another show. But
we got a lot of schedules to break down, Coach. Because I can't wait for this freaking season. But going back to Auburn fans, I hope you guys can have some patience with Coach Freeze and his golf game. I don't know how much his golf game has to do with Auburn's struggles in recruiting. But I will say that it is concerning that they are last at SEC in the recruiting, and Coach Freeze seems so invested in his golf game. I don't know.
Are they where they're dead last?
Yeah.
Vandy's above them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Vandy has 15 3-stars.
Wow.
Compared to 4 3-stars and 2 4-stars for Auburn.
Wow.
It's interesting. It's according to Rivals.
The collective is going to get it right, man. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.